Tonight on News 5 Live, 4 men, including a Canadian national, are arraigned for the deadly mayhem on Hopkins Day. The police department divulges more details in the execution of Alric Smith. 4 suspects are being sought. And Commissioner of Police Chester Williams responds to the former Minister of National Security about the Lakay state of emergency. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
I'm always on the go, and the country is my home. So when I want to get away from it all, I immerse myself with my favorite movies, all from the new SmartStream app. It's easy to use this service. Purchase your movies from the app and use your mobile data, SmartStream data packages, or smart broadband to stream and enjoy. Be like me and stream on the go with SmartStream.
Welcome to Design Depot, all in one place. Shop brands you know and trust, like Kohler. Welcome, GE Appliances.
Welcome,
Oran Windows.
Welcome,
Tiles from around the world.
welcome.
Sherwin-Williams Paint and Coating. Visit us today at mile 3 on the Philip Golson Highway or call us at 223-3768. Design Depot. All in one place.
Todo beliceño merece tener una conexión de internet de calidad, rápida y confiable en su hogar. Para clases en línea y trabajo desde casa, es la nueva forma de vida. Diginet es el proveedor número 1 de servicio de fibra óptica, impulsando la transición digital de Belice. Y ahora nuestro servicio de Diginet es aún más accesible con nuestro nuevo plan de entrada. Por tiempo limitado, tú y tu familia pueden disfrutar de 20 megabits por segundo por solamente $49 mensuales. No más clases perdidas ni reuniones virtuales interrumpidas. Te está costando mucho tiempo y dinero. Diginet es mejor que cualquier opción de cable o servicio inalámbrico. Visita cualquier Digistore hoy y suscríbete para la conexión más rápida y confiable de Internet para el hogar en Belice. Ven a ver lo que te has estado perdiendo. El mismo servicio de fibra de alta calidad, rápido y confiable, ahora a un precio aún más bajo. Para más información, visita www.livedigi.com/Diginet. Digi, nuestra telecomunicación nacional. In 2012, Belize established a national sustainable energy strategy, which includes the improvement of energy efficiency and conservation in Belize, among other objectives. With responsibility for energy, the Ministry of Public Utilities, Energy, Logistics, and E-Governance is supporting the Belize Bureau of Standards to implement the CARICOM Energy Efficiency Labeling Scheme as a measure to provide consumers with pertinent information, ensure environmental quality, and address climate change. At the outset, importers and suppliers can register their approved energy-efficient appliances specific to refrigerators, air conditioners, CFL, and LED light bulbs with a BBS for label consignments. The energy labels will serve as a tool for consumers to access information of the appliance's energy performance and cost savings potential, thus helping consumers to make informed energy-efficient choices that will save on energy and therefore money.
Mom, why did you buy that fridge?
We bought this refrigerator because it is energy efficient, which means it uses less electricity and saves us money.
And what are you gonna do with that extra money?
I don't know, maybe we can get you something nicer for your birthday.
Yay!
And that is how the very hungry caterpillar got his energy efficient home.
For more information, please contact Belize Bureau of Standards via hotline telephone number 0800-283-5587. Email us at bbs@btl.net or visit our website at www.bbs.gov.bz. This message is brought to you by the Belize Bureau of Standards, supported by the Belize Energy Unit and funded by the European Union.
Take a stand. Recycle what you can. Step 1. Rinse recyclable containers to remove all residue. Step 2. Remove all labels. Be careful. Step 3. Place all recyclable containers into the bag provided by the project team. Plastic containers, tin cans, and glass containers are acceptable. Step 4. Take the bag with recyclables out for collection. Step 5. Place bags with recyclables in an easily accessible area for collection. This initiative is being implemented in selected communities by the Belize Solid Waste Management Authority through the Inter-American Development Bank with funding from the Japan Quality Infrastructure Initiative under the Japan Special Fund.
KTV.
Vote for your favorite KTV contestant by texting the number of votes followed by a space, then your contestant's number, and send it to Smart Code 5885. Here are this week's contestants.
Like the 4th of July, 'cause baby you're a firework.
Te me desapareciste como agua entre mis manos. No more, it can now wait. I'm yours. Yes, I would die for you, baby, but you won't do the same. Ooh, what are you doing to me? What are you doing now? What are you doing to me?
God gives me power. I don't know how, but there's power.
Remember, voting ends on Sunday at midnight. And don't forget to tune in every Tuesday live only on 5.
newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Good evening. Welcome to News 5 Live for Wednesday, August 3rd. I am Annalyn Apolonio. This afternoon, around 2:30 p.m., 4 suspects were paraded to the Magistrates Court in Dangriga by armed police and BDF officers. Prior to their arraignment, they were being held in police custody after being apprehended along the Southern Highway near Silgrass Village on Monday evening. It is alleged that the men are responsible for carrying out a deadly attack inside a crowded establishment in Hopkins Village on Sunday morning. After several hours of putting together the list of charges against them, the City River 4 was read 2 counts each of murder. Their arraignment is the beginning of a lengthy legal process to determine their guilt in a court of law. News 5's Isani Cayetano reports.
Brian Andrews, Kenyon Moore, and Sherwin Moore were taken before the Magistrates Court in Dangriga this afternoon, where they were each charged with 2 counts of murder. The allegation is that they all participated in a deadly mass shooting inside Wabinaha nightclub on Sunday morning in Hopkins Village. Interestingly, Smith's initial charge of abetment to commit murder was withdrawn by the police prosecutor. In its place are 2 counts of murder, as it is being put forward that he acted in joint enterprise with Andrews and his accomplices.
If it is that you and another person embark to go and commit a crime, we have one common purpose. Even if it is that you remain as a lookout person, you can be captured as a part of that enterprise in order to commit the crime. And so we only need to confirm if in fact he went to the location with these young men, and at that particular time they went to commit the crime while he awaited them to get them out of the area. That will fall within the scope of participation.
Shortly before 2 p.m., a second vehicle was being impounded at the Dangriga police station. It is believed that this was one of 2 vehicles used by the suspects to flee the scene of the shooting. According to Commissioner of Police Chester Williams, Andrews and the Moores were being watched closely by the police department.
Yes, they had been under the radar of the police. I'm not going to go into details for what, but they had been under police radar. And let me say that in respect to that investigation, today we were able to recover the other escape vehicle that belonged to one of the accused men. It was found on a farm within the Stann Creek district. Police have taken custody of that vehicle. We have also received directive from the DPP representative in the South to proceed with murder charges against the 4 individuals. That will also include the Canadian man.
How about the weapons?
We're still searching. Officers are on the farm still. We believe that the weapons might have been concealed somewhere on the farm, so we're searching the farm at this time to see if we'll be able to recover the weapons.
It is expected that additional charges will be brought in respect of the other 8 persons who were wounded during the armed attack on Wabinaha nightclub. They have been remanded to the Belize Central Prison until November 9th, when they are expected to return to court. The 4 accused men appeared unrepresented this afternoon. Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.
There are a number of questions surrounding 43-year-old John Roy Smith, a Canadian national who has been charged along with 3 Belizeans from City River. While he was formally arrested and charged for 2 counts of abetment to commit murder, those charges have been upgraded. Nonetheless, little is known about the ex-military officer who, according to police, moved to Belize a few years ago. This afternoon, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams provided additional details. Investigations continue into the murder.
He has been monitored by the police before, but not to that extent. We have heard things in the past, and police have checked out, but not per se deeply under the radar, no.
So how long has that Canadian been in Belize?
I think he has been here for a number of years. If you go on social media, you'll see that there are several pictures with him and the other accused men together, hanging out and these sort of things. So it shows that they're very close associates.
Sir, now looking at it specifically, will you all in putting together this investigation. Everybody sympathizes with the police officers who have been injured, but there are credible suggestions from the community that these officers were in there socializing. The owner of Wabinaha is a popular man, though he may not like officers to work on special duty. He's a friend of the police. Might they have been in there socializing?
From what I was not there, and I can tell you that you will never find Chester Williams in a nightclub. But from what I have been told, and I have no reason to dispute it, is that the OC was out along with the other officers making his rounds to ensure that the activities around Hopkins were going peacefully. And he stopped in at Wabinaha nightclub and was making checks there when the incident occurred.
Investigations continue into the murder of notorious street figure Alric Smith, which occurred on the night of July 28th outside of the Rene Villanueva Media Center on Slaughterhouse Road in Belize City. In the wake of his killing, a state of emergency was declared for the Lake Independence community. But before we go to comments made by Commissioner of Police Chester Williams on the justification for the SOE, he was quizzed about his apparent interference in the detention of an alleged suspect who happens to be a cop and driver of a high-ranking government official. This information was shared by Williams's former boss, Michael Perfit, on Tuesday. Here's how Compol Williams responded.
Somehow, I don't know who is feeding my former boss with the degree of nonsense that he continues to spew. I trust and hope that he's not paying whoever his police source is for those information, because certainly they are surely nothing but nonsense. In the wake of the murder of Alric Smith, we had received information that the vehicle that was involved in the murder was parked at a particular house in the Japan area of Ladyville. Based on information obtained, I directed that the police go to the house and retrieve the vehicle, as well as whoever is the occupant of the particular home. Police visited the area. No vehicle was there. The house was seen with no one inside. I ordered that a surveillance team be put in place to ascertain who lives at the house. Because if the policeman that they were saying lived at that particular house, we know for a fact that he does not live there. He lives miles and miles and miles away. And we also know for a fact that his parents also do not live there. They live much more down the road. So at the end of the day, certainly the police officer that they were saying live at the house or his parents live at the house, neither of those information was true. Somehow I was made to understand that directive was given to go and pick up the particular police officer and detain him. That information reached me, and I was the one who called the team that went to detain the officer and told them to stand down, because of the fact that it is clear that he had absolutely nothing to do with the house where they were alleging the vehicle was parked, and neither did he have anything to do with the investigation. What we also learned is that the police officer in question that they were alleging lived at the house, he did live at the house. Over 4 years ago, he moved out from that house and is now residing with his wife miles and miles away. So it made no sense for them to have sent for the officer to detain him just for the sake of naming and shaming. And that's the reason why I stood down the police from that detention.
Compol Chester Williams goes on to share additional details unearthed during the investigation. He confirms that the vehicle involved in the murder was torched on the John Smith Link Road, and says that the owner of the vehicle, Justin Usher, is wanted by police for questioning. Another person of interest with known gang affiliation, who it is believed was involved in Smith's murder, has fled the country through Mexico. Compol Williams told the media today that 4 persons may have been involved in the orchestrated hit against Smith.
The vehicle that was used in the murder, or allegedly used in the murder, was brought into the country by one Jody Burgess of the St. Martin's area. We also learned and confirmed that the vehicle was sold to one Justin Usher. We also have additional information that the night of the murder, 2 persons were in the vehicle, one of whom is a close relative to Jody Burgess and another who is a close associate to Jody Burgess. I'm not going to call those 2 persons' names right now because it can be libelous because we have not confirmed certain things. Now, from what we have been made to understand, is that the day after the shooting, Justin Usher left the country. Certainly, him leaving the country may have been pre-planned because you can't just go to the airport and shop and catch a plane. You had to book your ticket at least 48 hours ahead. Notwithstanding that though, we do believe that Justin Usher have some questions to answer. The 2 persons who we have been told were in the vehicle, we have also been reliably informed that one of them may be on their way to the US through the back. We're still trying to confirm that. So what we have done is to inform our Mexican counterparts. We have also put out wanted posters for Justin Usher, and we will see if we can locate the other individual who is a close relative to Jody Burgess, who we believe is still in country. But that group of persons, that group of 4, we believe have all the answers to the murder of Alric Smith, as we have now confirmed that his murder was inter-gang related.
So what was the motive behind killing Smith? Compol Chester Williams says that the primary reason at this time is over a woman.
Certainly from what we have obtained, it is over a woman. We also have a second information that it may be over money. But the most credible one is that it is over a woman. I know that Jody Burgess was brought in, I think on Sunday or Monday, and was interviewed and thereafter subsequently released. Additional information has came up since he was released, and instruction had been given for him to be re-interviewed.
Coming up, a woman remains in police custody for the stabbing death of her common-law husband.
Thank you for supporting us throughout our journey over the years. Thank you for helping us to expand and improve our products and services. Thank you for allowing us to form new partnerships and develop new and exciting promotions. And thank you for being patient with us during these changing times. As we continue our journey, we would like to say thank you for giving us the opportunity to serve you.
Venice, celebrating 75 years. Quality and savings. Quality and savings.
Keep still now.
Ouch.
I tell you no move.
Wow. You really can't get a mannequin for this, man? Really?
Well, son, if I never lend you the $2,000 to buy the kids' computer and the book, I may have the money for buy my mannequin.
It's definitely better to borrow from the bank than from your friends or relatives. This way, all you owe is money.
Would you like me to turn around?
That would be good. Turn on, turn on, turn on.
Take advantage of the back-to-school promotion currently being offered by the Belize Bank.
With RF&G Insurance, you can request a quote, renew a policy, purchase a policy, and even file a claim effortlessly with WhatsApp. Here's how. WhatsApp the words "Get Started" to 670-8700. We will prompt you to select the service that you are interested in. Select the service and answer a few simple questions. An RF&G representative will process your request and follow up with you when your transaction is completed. It's that easy. Skip lines and WhatsApp us. Remember, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Road Group company.
Calling all young
performers. It's your turn to take the stage. If you have the talent, we have the show for you. Here's your chance to perform in Belize's #1 children's talent show, Summerfest 2022. Singing, dancing, acting, whatever your talent, we want to see. Come audition on Thursday, August 4th and Friday, August 5th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here at Channel 5 on Coney Drive. Auditions are open to all children under 18 in any performing art. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the show. It's Summerfest 2022.
On Monday, we showed you Michael Main handing himself into police in the company of his attorney. The former employee of the National Sports Council is under investigation for the July 25th murder of Darian Banks at the corners of Ebony Street and Amandala Drive in Belize City. It is believed that the crime was gang-related, but Main, who was targeted by gunmen back in early June on Princess Margaret Drive, is claiming innocence. Compol Chester Williams says that they have gathered evidence to suggest otherwise.
Why did he not show up to work the next day after the shooting? If he was so innocent, why did he not show up to work the next day after the shooting? But see, these are the things, These young men go and they find attorneys, line them up, and come and say to the police what they want the police to hear. But we are no fools. We have video footages that showed that vehicle near the murder scene. We had video footages that shows after the murder took place, the vehicle raced down from there and went over a bridge and went to the Red Stadium. If he was so innocent, police went to look for him the next day at his workplace. He was a no-show.
But does that video footage show him inside the vehicle?
It certainly did. And it showed also at the Sports Council that he was the one who signed out for the vehicle. He was the one in the vehicle. Just months ago, he was the victim of a robbery in the vicinity of the Marion Jones Stadium. We're not certain as to who the persons were who did that robbery, because I think that in his statement he had mentioned then that he did not know who the persons were. But we know how the street goes. They know who the suspects or the attackers are, and they will not say to the police because they intend to retaliate. So we don't know, but it's something we're looking at.
So you anticipate that Michael may indeed face charges for the murder of Darian Banks?
Well, it is something the police is looking at. If it is that we can tie him to the murder with evidence, then certainly yes. If we cannot do so, then we will not be able to levy charges against him for it. No.
Commissioner of Police Chester Williams also commented on the statement made by former Police Minister Michael Perfeet that the declaration of a state of emergency on the St. Martin's area was premature and unwarranted.
Mr. Perfeet was the Minister of National Security. We did 3 SOE under his leadership, and everyone, including you, the media, who are not liars, who have never been the minister, you all know that when it comes to a state of emergency, the Minister of National Security or Home Affairs do not sign any declaration. The declaration for an SOE is signed by who, Jules?
The Governor General.
Thank you very much. So for him to say that the minister signed a declaration for the state of emergency, again, is total nonsense. And then to make matters worse, he said that it was called unannounced. For Christ's sake, have we ever announced state of emergency? Have we? If you announce it, you defeat the purpose. You will be alerting the people who are supposed to be picked up in the SOE that you are coming for them and they'll go on the run. So again, for him to say that it was unannounced, he knows better. But again, it's all been done in an effort to feed the Belizean people with a bunch of nonsense.
Compol Chester Williams justifies why the state of emergency is needed. He breaks down that feuding gangs within the Lake Independence area have been responsible for 7 shooting incidents over the past few weeks, 2 of which claimed the life of Darian Banks and Alric Smith.
The shooting of the 3 young men from BLC. That was done by a gang rival.
Okay.
Subsequent to that, we had the murder of Banks. From all indication, rivaling gang. Then the shooting of the other young man, on Vernon Street. I don't remember the name right now.
Right.
That again,
Walter.
That again was a gang rivalry. The shooting of Alric Smith, even if it is an inter-gang rivalry, it is still a gang rivalry. Within that short space of time, we have a total of 3, 4, 5, 6 persons shot, 2 of whom died. All of these persons are from the St. Martin's area, which shows that there is an intense rivalry within the Martins area between the feuding gangs. I can't understand how the chairman of the UDP can say that there was no need for the SOE, but yet the leader of the opposition is asking for police security. Then if you don't believe that there was a justification for the SOE or that there is any gang rivalry going on, then why do you want security?
A woman remains in police custody tonight after she fatally stabbed her common-law husband in the wee hours of Tuesday. Chantel Williams and Louis Adolphus have had a tumultuous relationship, and there had been several reports of domestic abuse between the couple. According to residents, Adolphus moved into a room on Curacao Street with Williams about a week ago, and just after midnight, a commotion was heard coming from the room. Williams stabbed the 39-year-old once with a knife. Adolphus was taken to the KHMH where he succumbed to his injury. Now it is up to the Director of Public Prosecution to determine whether in fact the incident was an act of self-defense or murder.
What we have been made to understand is that there was a domestic dispute between the couple, and it became physical. During that altercation, the woman took a knife and inflicted one single stab wound to the shoulder of her male partner. He was seen on the street walking, talking. He actually gave the police an account of what happened and asked to be referred to the hospital. He was taken to the hospital, and then moments later he succumbed to his injuries. So the female partner is in our custody. We have recorded statement. She's claiming self-defense. We know that there are previous complaints of domestic abuse that she had filed with the police. And so the matter is with the DPP office at this time, and they will determine if in fact the lady will be charged, and if yes, what she'll be charged for.
Had he ever filed a complaint against her? Because there are those of his friends who say that he was also the victim of abuse.
I'm not sure if he had filed a complaint against her, but I know for a fact that she had filed against him.
After the break, concert goers spend e-cash. But first, here's a look at the latest COVID-19 figures.
Keep still now.
Ouch.
I tell you no move.
Man, you really can't get a mannequin for this, man? Really?
Well, son, if I never lend you the $2,000 to buy the kids' computer and the book, I may have the money for buy my mannequin.
It's definitely better to borrow from the bank than from your friends or relatives. This way, all you owe is money.
Would you like me to turn around?
That would be good. Turn on, turn on, turn on.
Take advantage of the back-to-school promotion currently being offered by the Belize Bank.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benque Viejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
Make your summer better. Over $35,000 in cash and prizes with Smart Summer Sweepstakes. Here's how you can enter for a chance to win. Purchase any device, sign up for a smart postpaid, broadband, or VoIP plan, use $50 or more regular prepaid credit, do a SIM swap, or text to the short code. You win 8946. And in the body of the message, enter the number of entries you would like to purchase. Each entry costs only 50 cents.
Don't waste any time. You can be the winner of weekly prizes starting July 1st. All methods give you more chances to win. Airline tickets, overnight stays at numerous resorts, cash prizes, gift certificates, and much, much more. One lucky person will win the grand prize of a $10,000 shopping spree courtesy Court and Smart.
Promotion ends September 16, 2022. So make your summer better by getting in the race to win with Smart Summer Sweepstakes. Smart, bringing people together.
The Miss Belize pageant is back. Find out who will represent us at the most important pageant in the world, Miss Universe. It takes place on Saturday, August 13th at 8:30 p.m. at the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts. Watch it live right here on Channel 5 or on our Facebook and YouTube pages. It's an event you won't want to miss.
There was a lot of economic activity on the island town of San Pedro over the weekend, as thousands of persons filed onto the Sacachispas field for the Belize International Music and Food Festival. Opportunities were provided for consumers and businesses to engage in the purchasing and selling of foods using digital money. Belize Bank's eCash was available on the grounds, and partygoers were being encouraged to go cashless because the app is safe and allows you to purchase food and pay with the scan of a code. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
With the advancement of technology, the transfer of money between patrons and a respective establishment has been made easier by use of cashless apps. At the Belize International Music and Food Festival, which was loaded with activities, it was not only more convenient, but safer in that you didn't have to worry about the risk of losing cash. With a simple scan of a QR code, those coming out to the festival could have enjoyed a wide variety of foods and drinks.
eCash, we're here providing service where people bring their physical cash and we top up their personal wallets. And this enables them to go around and purchase the bar coupons and also to purchase food from the different vendors that are registered eCash users as well. It is quite easy and convenient because, I mean, imagine you lose your $50. That would hurt me. So what you do is that you come in, you give us the cash, and we transfer it to your wallet, and you can buy your coupons, and it's very fast and convenient. And for businesses, they don't need to go around looking for change. The money just gets transferred to their wallet.
And people were readily signing up, downloading the app during the festival. Some of the vendors offered customers the option, which helped with swift payment processing when dealing with the traffic to their booths.
We have the bestest of foods out here. We're representing everything San Pedro has to offer. And of course, we have beautiful music from all over our country. We try to give customers the best service as possible. And even if that means you don't have cash in hand, we take eCash. Come on, try us out. It works the best. I can say, scanning is quick, it's efficient, and it's easy.
Tacos, quesadillas, rice and bean, chipotle, lobster dip, and the pupusas.
A lot of people sometimes they have to use cash to buy these things, but with you guys, they don't necessarily have to bring cash. They can use eCash, right?
Yes, eCash and no physical money.
Just bring your device and just scan a code and it will play?
Yes, it's more easy.
Did anybody use these services over the course of yesterday?
Yes.
eCash, a convenient app, quick, efficient, and easy. Dwayne Moody for News 5.
When we return, Chamber of Commerce completes its review of the OSH bill. But first, here's the weather forecast with data from the Belize Met Service.
When all hope is lost and the days ahead look grim, we find ourselves looking for someone to shake things up, rescue us, and point us in the right direction. What if the one we've been waiting for has been here all along? Join us for our new series, Troublemaker, as we learn about a man who wasn't afraid to stand up for what's right to make this world a better place.
Standing over this. Messi.
Great entertainment stays with you, and we bring you great entertainment. Next Gen, the ultimate digital experience.
Keep still now.
Ouch.
I tell you no move.
Man, you really can't get a mannequin for this, man? Really?
Well, son, if I never lend you the $2,000 to buy the kids' computer and the book, I may have the money for buy my mannequin.
It's definitely better to borrow from the bank than from your friends or relatives. This way, all you owe is money.
Would you like me to turn around?
That would be good. Turn on, turn on, turn on.
Take advantage of the back-to-school promotion currently being offered by the Belize Bank.
Biodegradable plastics. When talking about plastic, don't you always hear people say that this plastic or that plastic is biodegradable, eco-friendly, environmentally friendly, green, or even ecological? Well, the truth is that these words and many others like them are often used to give the impression that the product is better for the environment. When shopping, the terms to look for are bio-based, compostable, or environmentally degradable plastics because they are tested against specific standards to ensure that they are broken down with minimal impacts to the environment. But what does biodegradable really mean? To put it simply, it is the breakdown of something into water, carbon dioxide, and biomass by the action of living organisms, usually bacteria or fungus. However, people call some plastics biodegradable, but they never fully break down because they still contain plastics made from petroleum or inorganic material. The plastics just break down into tinier pieces called microplastics, which then enter the food cycle through the ingestion by animals that people eat. Don't be fooled, check your labels. Click on the link below to see what you can do to help end the nightmare of single-use plastics. I'm Alison Castillo, and now you know.
Download the SmartStream app on the Android Play Store and create your account to get access to movies and stream at home or on the go. Prepaid customers can purchase regular data packages or get a discounted rate on a special SmartStream package by dialing 7737. Postpaid customers will be billed monthly. Never miss a movie again with SmartStream.
KTV. Vote for your favorite KTV contestant by texting the number of votes followed by a space, then your contestant's number, and send it to Smart Code 5885. Here are this week's contestants.
Like the 4th of July, 'cause baby you're a firework.
Te me desapareciste como agua entre mis manos. No more, it can now wait. I'm yours. Yes, I would die for you, baby, but you won't do the same. What are you doing to me? What are you doing now? What are you doing to me?
God gives me power. I don't know how, but there's power.
Remember, voting ends on Sunday at midnight. And don't forget to tune in every Tuesday live only on 5.
Belize's financial sector has been facing correspondent banking issues even before discussions on the legalization of cannabis began. This is because many of the international banks in the Caribbean region are not prepared to pay the penalties attached to handling illegitimate money within such a small market. But as more and more international banks limit their business with Caribbean countries like Belize, one of the nation's major banks recently raised concerns over the potential negative impacts of a local marijuana industry on the already strained relations. As we have reported, this is one of the reasons why the government of Belize has recently shelved the cannabis bill. Henry Charles Usher, the Minister of Constitutional and Political Reform, spent some time discussing the topic this morning during his appearance on Open Your Eyes.
The issue of the banks really came to a forefront earlier this year in May when one of the major banks wrote into Cabinet and said, listen, we are trying to improve our correspondent banking relationship with some of our international banks. This is going to make it more difficult for us to do that. For the last few years, Belize has had a corresponding banking issue. It's not brought on by marijuana. Really, what brought this on was the de-risking of the Caribbean that was done by US banks. What I mean by that is that Belize is a small jurisdiction compared to other countries.
Yes. Right.
The international banks are saying that the penalties if we are banking money that is not legitimate is so high, and the business that we get from Belize is not enough to cover that penalty, that we are just going to de-risk Belize.
Yeah.
That's why you saw Scotiabank move out. You saw other international banks say, well, we don't want to, we are jeopardizing our domestic banking by having a corresponding banking relationship with a bank in Belize.
Minister Usher also gave some details on the terms of reference for each representative on the newly formed People's Constitutional Commission. To date, a total of 25 members sit on the commission, and according to Minister Usher, there is no intention to add any more seats. He also spoke about the level of autonomy the PCC will enjoy.
We want to hear from everyone.
Right.
And we're looking at the terms of reference of the different groups and how they can participate in this process. Remember, they will not be operating in isolation.
Right.
Their mandate is to go out to the communities, go out to the towns, go out to the villages, the cities, and hear what the people have to say. They will also create a platform online for persons to send in their recommendations and try to incorporate as many of those recommendations as possible. So it's a consultative process. It's a process that we have to hear from the people. But for those around the table, they have to be, the proper terms of reference have to be there. The bill gives a full timeline of 18 months for it to be completed.
Yes.
Meaning that you have, and that includes all of the research, the consultations, the drafting of the reports. It has to be completed in 18 months. We want to make sure, like I said, that we incorporate as many recommendations and views as possible, but we also have to have an end. It can't be open-ended.
Right.
I have to stress that in the law itself, in Section 7 of the bill, it stresses on the independence of this commission.
Okay.
So there will be no influence, no outside influence as to, oh, we want you to do this, we want you to do that. They are independent to receive the information, deliberate on the recommendations, and then make their final report. And that report goes to the Prime Minister. It will also be tabled in the House of Representatives, where it will be debated.
The Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry has completed its review of the Occupational Safety and Health Bill. The unions are now conducting their final review. Following the completion of both reviews, a joint position will be presented to the Minister of Local Government. That time is drawing near, says President of the BCCI, Marcella Blake, who gave reporters some details of the recommendations being made by the BCCI's membership.
We have actually concluded all the reviews, and what we've done now is created a marked up version of the bill. So instead of having what we were looking at documents and Excel sheets and all of that in different parts, we've compiled all of that into the bill. So there's a marked up version that the unions are going to review. We've done our review, they will do their final review, and once they've signaled their consent for us, we will then write to the Minister of Local Government and be able to submit then our position jointly for them to consider. It's important for us to continue to look out for our employees and ensure that they're working in a safe environment, but at the same time it can't be to the detriment of businesses, because in the official version, or I should say the original version of the bill, there were quite some steep fines that definitely would have crippled quite a bit of businesses. But also in there, it also shares the onus of the responsibility, because the employee is just as responsible as the employer in cases where there are health and safety issues. And so it's important that we continue to ensure that our members are going to be adhering, but also covered from certain levels of risk where the employee chooses not to utilize the resources that have been given to them by the employer.
Just ahead, the Social Security Board awards its 2022 scholarships.
Applying for a Social Security sickness benefit? Here's what you need to know. A complete claims package include 1. Sickness claim form fully completed by the claimant and medical doctor. 2. Salaries record form completed by the employer or HR representative. 3. Proof of bank account such as bank book, online banking, or statement displaying your name and account number. To submit via email, you need to take a clear photo or scan of the documents and email to claims@socialsecurity.org.bz. Be sure to include your full name, social security number, and benefit type in the subject line of the email. Deadline to submit is 14 days from your first day of illness. All forms are available on the website at www.socialsecurity.org.bz. Social Security Board, safeguarding you, your family, your future.
In 2018, I was diagnosed with cervical 4A, stage 4A cancer. First, it was at the size of a grapefruit. That's what the doctor told me. The kidney got enlarged. I couldn't do any chemotherapy because of the kidney. So I had to do only radiation. And I did my first session of 25. And then when I finished with the 25 sessions, I went back, she checked it, and she saw 4 centimeters. And I went back for the next 10 days, and after that, when she checked it again, she said, oh, it's like nothing is there. It wasn't painful, but it's a machine that you go under, and they have like a big, like a circular, and that goes 5 times. You will take 5 minutes. 5 minutes to do the radiation, 1 session. Then you go back the next morning, another session. Well, I personally will highly recommend Galenia Hospital because of its good services, friendly staff, the doctors, very caring, Well, I just want to thank them for everything that they have done for me, you know, the staff and the doctor, especially Dr. Jamie, because she was my doctor for the radiation. No?
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 police teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 believes on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time, and so are we.
Make your summer better. Over $35,000 in cash and prizes with Smart Summer Sweepstakes. Here's how you can enter for a chance to win. Purchase any device, sign up for a smart postpaid, broadband, or VoIP plan, use $50 or more regular prepaid credit, do a SIM swap, or text to the short code. You win 8946. And in the body of the message, enter the number of entries you would like to purchase. Each entry costs only 50 cents.
Don't waste any time. You can be the winner of weekly prizes starting July 1st. All methods give you more chances to win. Airline tickets, overnight stays at numerous resorts, cash prizes, gift certificates, and much, much more. One lucky person will win the grand prize of a $10,000 shopping spree courtesy Court and Smart.
Promotion ends September 16, 2022. So make your summer better by getting in the race to win with Smart Summer Sweepstakes. Smart, bringing people together.
Over the last 21 years, the Social Security Board has awarded scholarships to over 1,000 students across Belize. According to SSB Director Marcelo Blake, this amounts to a payout of over $4 million. This year, SSB is enabling an additional 55 students to achieve their academic goals. 2022 saw the highest number of applicants for vocational technical studies in any given year. This morning in Belize City, SSB hosted an award ceremony for its 2022 scholarship awardees. News 5's Paul Lopez reports.
55 students from across the country are being awarded scholarships by the Social Security Board. These are high school, associate degree, and vocational technical students. Today, 37 of those recipients gathered inside the House of Culture in Belize City for an official award ceremony.
The program started in 2001 with the vision to provide opportunities to those wanting to develop themselves but unable to do so due to financial constraints. SSB has assisted over 1,000 students since the inception of the program with an estimated payout of over $4 million. This year, we received 268 online applications from all over the country via our website on the scholarship portal.
Each recipient was selected based on their financial need and their ability to maintain grades above 80%. Triana Hyde, one of the awardees, is preparing to begin her studies at the Institute for Technical and Vocational Education and Training, ITVET.
I was out because I'm a person who loves farm, so I was dealing with my chickens, and I received a phone call from the person, and she said, "Congratulations." So my mind like, wait, hold up, congratulations. I said, like, yes, congratulations, you have selected for the award. OMG, I have like a dozen eggs. I must say sorry to my mom because I broke her eggs, but I was so excited, nervous. I didn't know what to say. I just went blank, shocked. I didn't know what to say. I was, okay, thank you so much. And she said, yes, you can come in. It helped us very much. Well, I'll say my father in and out in jobs. My mom is a housewife, so it's much of my brother. Like I said, he motivates me. It's much of my brother. He has his family too, and he helped when he could. So it really helped us in a very special way, and I'm very thankful for it.
For those of you who are getting a high school and a vocational technical scholarship, you will receive $1,200 per year for the duration of the scholarship. What's going to happen is that we are going to pay your school fees first. That is our primary concern because we need to ensure that your tuition is taken care of. If there is any difference from the $1,200, then we will pay it to your parent or your guardian so that they can purchase your school supplies, your books, or any other materials that you may need for the duration of the scholarship. We ask that you maintain a GPA of 2.75. That is equivalent to about 80% or a B as well. But again, you work hard, that will be very easy for you guys to do. Lean on one another, and you can even lean on us since now you're a part of the Social Security family.
Each student will also be required to spend time doing community service. Triana Hyde says she aspires to become an electrical engineer. She says the $1,200 she will receive from SSB annually will afford her the opportunity to pursue her dream while breaking certain gender stereotypes in her field of choice.
Well, female? Yes, I wanted to challenge to be an electrician.
Why?
I always want to, I watch people and get motivated, and I always want to become one. It's not something I always wanted, from a child growing up, but as growing up, I want to have, I say, under my belt, certain stuff under my belt. One motto I always keep in my head that I wish other female could always is that you don't need a man to do the man job. You could do it. Once you put your head that you're going to do it, you can do it.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available in both text and streaming video at channel5belize.com. You can also connect with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/News5Live. I'm Annalyn Apollonia. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, please remember to wash your hands, keep your social distance, and stay safe. Good night.